Well, today's video is going to be about repairs, breakdowns. What's next? How can so much bad luck happen to one couple? Well, here it goes again. Good morning, everybody out there in YouTube world. Harley Davidson enthusiasts will be watching this one. The insurance came through. Everything I ordered is here. A lot of it I left at Harley. The whole front end they're going to put on. So you won't see me putting that on. But I did get the starter. So I'm going to show you that. This is the starter. Now I put the new battery in there and that thing's starting really good. But this will make it start even better. A little more power. Because if it gets hot and everything, it ain't going to want to work right. Let's see if I can get this here opened up and show you what the starter looks like. This one is a 1.4 watt or whatever they call it. Anyway, it's a high performance, high output starter that will fit right in there. There it is, there. Okay, that's what the box looks like. It's kind of like a box. I don't see the ring that goes there. They better have sent the ring that goes there. Ha ha ha. I'm not going to want to drive all the way back into town to get that. So I'm going to check the box out, make sure that's in there, because my buddy Terry's already in there. And but there's supposed to be an O-ring right here. I'm going to check the box, make sure it's in there. But this will bolt in just like that. You got two bolts right here and right here. And then you got your electrical goes here. This comes up to the battery. This goes into your plug-in for your switch to go turn it off and on. And that's all there is to it. I got to put a bracket on here. Maybe I'll leave it black. I like it black. Anyway, that's what that is. I'm going to look through here now and see what's in here. Because this box, I don't see nothing else. Oh yeah, I'm calling the Harley Davidson dealership right now. God damn it, guys, that's not cool. That's not cool. So I'm going to cut it off right here and call those guys. Okay, I just called the Harley Davidson shop and they knew I needed that part. I called them a choice word. I had to apologize for that. And he apologized for not giving me the O-ring to begin with, because I'm out here in another town, so it's a little bit of drive to get in there. Luckily, I've got a friend in there that's going to pick it up. So we're going to get the O-ring for the front of that starter, which goes right here. The little O-ring right there. You don't want to use a used one. I mean, this is $400 and what'd they charge me for this stupid thing? Let's see. $430 for this. You'd think whoever manufactured this could afford a 20-cent O-ring to throw it in the bucket. But anyway, we're getting that coming. So, and earlier when I was changing the battery, I talked about this grease that I want to put on the battery. Well, there's the name of it. What do they call it? Dielectric, whatever it is, grease. I'm not good with big words, you know that. But that's it. And that's what I'm going to put on the post of the battery. Right now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take off the seat, and then I'm going to take the battery loose and get it ready. I'm going to probably jack the bike up too. You've seen how to take the battery off. This is going to go under the battery posts and around them so they don't corrode. If I didn't make myself clear on that. Okay, taking the seat off. Pretty simple. Remember that thing I built in there? Well, looks like crap under there, but it looks good here and it mounts good. It works good. It ain't going nowhere. But that's how easy that is. Like I told you before, on your seat, I'm still thinking about the seat. I found out that one of the parts persons was trying to sell me a sundowner seat for this. Well, a sundowner seat is a stock seat. It's the same thing. I don't know. There's my haul. It is getting bigger. But thanks to other emergencies, I don't know if I'll get one. Unless I can find one on Craigslist for cheap. But here's the little doodad that holds my seat on. So I can reach back there and take that off. I don't need a pair of pliers or a screwdriver. And what you do with this thing when you got your seat off, put it back in there so it don't roll off and you never see it again. Alright, now I'm just going to unhook this, get the battery unhooked and jack it up. You don't need to watch that. It's boring. Yeah, it's probably boring enough. So. Okay, got the wires off. Okay, I don't want that wiring to touch the battery at all. So I put that rubber glove under there. It's all over the top of the terminal, and that'll keep it from shorting out while we take the starter off and everything else. So that's that. Okay, I'm going to lift it up now. Hey, if you ain't got one of these tables, if you got room for a table in your shop or in your garage, I highly recommend these things. Highly recommend this thing. Okay, here's your starter right there. You see it right there, this chrome thing, that goes on the end of here. The chrome goes on the end of here. Once you pull that bracket off, you can put that on. But you can see it right there. There it should be. Sits just like that. 2 bolts, one there, one here, and one over here. Or my thumb's in the way. It's right there. Let's see if we can get a light on it. You can see it there. But anyway, I'm going to pull that out. I'm waiting for the gasket for that. Pull that out and push this one right back in. Should be good to go. There we go. Thumbs up on that. Alright, that takes the Torx. And I'm going to take this thing off here too. I ain't going to like that. Well, we know, that's a screwdriver. What does that thing take? Well, this is where the trouble lights comes in. Don't need to be recording that. Okay, you're not going to have the problems I just had because all of this here has got wires on it for lights. So I'm trying to get this up out of the way so I can get into this right here. You won't have that problem. Let me get some more light on the subject. So you can see what I'm doing there, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Will this work? Well, anyway. I'll just take it off then show you if you can't see it in the light. You might be able to see it, but I'm taking the rubber boot off of the electronics up here. Let's get this under here and just pop that right up like that. Put it back out of the way. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Okay, then we unplug this little wire here. Let's see if we can get this over here where you can see better. Alrighty. Okay, you can see, can you see this wire right here? Let's see, there we go. Right there, we got to unplug that one. There we go. That's unplugged. And so we'll get that out of the way. And all we got to do is make sure it stays out of the way. We don't want it caught back behind there. I'm going to pull these wires off out of the way too, so I can move that out of the way. Pull that out, then I can pull this down here and everything's out of the way. And then what I'm using, my little trick today is I'm using some good old Gorilla Tape to hold all the wires and everything out of my way while I do things. Now that I'm going to have to take off the oil cap too. Give me a little clearance there. Okay, that's out. Now then, all I got to do is take this bolt off up here. Looks like a 1/2 inch, but that don't mean nothing. Hey, it is. That's what that is. Put it somewhere I don't lose it. Okay, so that's good. Now that takes off, that unhooks your battery right there. And that's a good reason I put the gloves up on top, because now that battery wiggled around there, that post, that could have shorted out and it would have been not nice. So that's got the boot on it there. That should help cover, not let it spark on stuff. But now we got to get a wrench in there, under there, and over there. See what we got for wrenches. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but now I'm taking off the back bolt first. There that is. Damn it. That looks halfway stripped. I don't know why, but might replace that one. Okay, it's the same size. If you're wondering what size this is, same size as these. So find one that fits that one on your starter, on your tranny, and it'll fit there. Now I'm going to take this back one off. Oh, wow. That wasn't even tight, man. Not tight at all. That's not good. Okay, that one's out. If these are the same length, I'm going to put this one in the back, because you can see the, where that one's kind of started to strip right there? Don't know why. I might, if I got another one somewhere, I'll put it in, because I don't like putting that crap back in. But there's your two bolts that holds it in. Now then, from what my buddy says, this thing just comes right out. Let's see what happens. Yep. Well, come loose okay. And they say you gotta wiggle it a bit to get it gum, but it will. And get myself out of the way, look at there. That's all there is to take that off. By the way, when I pull the oil filter out, I put some rag in there because you don't want it to fall in. There's the old starter. Looks like the new starter. Okay, now I'm waiting for that, and then we'll put the new one in as soon as there's the old one. They look kind of the same. This one supposedly got more power. We will see. Well, my buddy got back with the parts from Harley because he was in town. This is what they sent me. You see that? And I called them and they looked up the parts. And my buddy and I, we used to have a little motorcycle shop, so we're not as stupid as we look. This is the part I really needed, the O-ring. That's a $5 O-ring from Harley Davidson.
Could have bought a whole mess of those from Harbor Freight for $1. But I said I needed a bolt. Because if you remember right, this one is a little stripped, a little bit rough. So I said I want another one. So they charged me $2 for a bolt. This is the bolt. First of all, he went in there to get it, and this is the bolt they had picked out for us. I don't know. I think I could look at a parts catalog and find out that that is not this. So he went in there and he goes, no, that ain't right. So they give him this one. Well, now that's a nice looking bolt. What's the difference? Well, this screws up against aluminum. You notice this one's got a washer on it, the old one? This one don't. This is a $2 bolt. I'm going to take this back and shove it right on their desk. I hope they do the rest of the bike better than they've done this stuff. So now we're going to put the O-ring on here, and I hope this is the right one. I'll compare it to the other one, make sure. If this just goes right here, like so. Now I'm going to go make sure that this is correct. Look at the other one, and we're ready to stick this back in. Man, I'm not impressed with Harley Davidson. And a lot of you guys are not either. So I'm going to go check and see if the other one looks like that. You can see the rubber band on that one. You can see the rubber band on this one. Do they look the same to you? No, they're not. This one's just a little bit beefier. All right, phone call. Okay, we were doing our inspection, and it's a good thing too. Oops, right here. These little things go in the case. That's what lines up your starter when you stick your starter in there, like so. This lines it up so I can get in there and the bolt can get in there right. You see that? Well, both of them, for some reason, fell out of the case. Let me see if I can show you the case. There you can see one. Both of them had fallen out and was laying in there. And like I said, I was inspecting things. You can see this one here. Goes right in here where the screw goes into, like so. Now them shouldn't be falling out because they're spring loaded. You can see that one there is I've already put it back in. So make sure them doesn't fall out. You're going to need them. And like I said, I'm waiting on a phone call from the Harley people to make sure they gave me the right part on the rest of the stuff. Okay, I got the call back from the Harley Davidson dealership, and they said this is the right O-ring. Anyway, it's the one they use. So we're ready to stick this thing back in there. Yeah, we got some assembly lube on this thing now. So we're going to slide this right in there. Don't pinch any wires. Get them up out of the way. Oh, I need my light so I can see it, because I can't see. There's a little wire back there trying to get in the way. Everything looks good there. All right. Nope, wire's in the way there. That's why she won't fall down. There we go. Okay, it wouldn't drop in. So I knew something wasn't right because it's supposed to just drop right in like it did. And then we twist it right there, line up that bolt hole with that bolt hole. But the reason why it wouldn't go in is this little wire right here was underneath everything. And it was just holding it up. So now we're gonna make sure they're out of the way again. And that looks good there. Yeah. Nice and flush, fitting against it. Now I just put the bolts in. So, I don't know, you want to watch me put a bolt in? I don't think so. I'll show you when it's done. Now you want to look up your torque specs and torque that down to the recommended torque specs. Okay, bolt it in. That's done. All we got to do now is plug in the wires, hook up we're going to hook up this one here to your battery, right there. And you plug these in right here. I'm going to plug it in right now. See, that's how easy that's going to go. That's plugged in there. Put my wires here for my sensor back on. Now I got to hook that wire up. It's hooked up down here then. I'm not going to put in the chrome cap because when I started trying, the bolts they sent with it naturally are not long enough, not the proper ones. So I'm not going to do that. I don't care if it's black. It's less shining for me. So put the oil filter back in and I'll hook all this back up, hook the wire up, and that'll be good. We'll just go upstairs and hook that battery up, and that's how you change a starter. If you got all the right parts, it goes together rather quickly, comes apart rather quickly. So that's all I'm going to show you on this starter thing. I'm going to put my grease on there and put just a dab of this grease on the, let's see if we can get it in there where it isn't, yeah, let's turn it, yeah, you can read that, okay. I'm going to put a little dab of this grease on there, yeah, where the battery terminal is. Okay, that's it for changing the battery. Hey, stay tuned. Meet me at Sturgis. Bye. Okay guys, I got my helper out here. I dropped a bolt, and you know how it is when you drop a bolt. You look all over, and then that next guy come in and just point at it, and he did. Thank you very much, Mr. Eiler. Okay, we got the starter in there. Now, the compression releases are not pushed in, and watch how this starts with without the compression releases started in it, going, used, whatever. That's the difference between the standard starter and the one with just half a horse more.
High output.
High output. So we're good to go, guys. That's how it works. If you need a starter, I got an extra one if you got lower horsepower. If you do have lower horsepower, I'm sorry.